What's a life hack that's so simple yet so effective? You're shocked more people don't know about it. Story 1. Always write down momentary good ideas. Don't rely solely on your memory. Story 2. Percentages are reversible. Calculating 4% of 50 will yield the same result as calculating 50% of 4. Story 3. From my experience working in technical support for longer than I care to admit, most angry customers simply want to feel heard. Allow them to vent, practice active listening, and take detailed notes about what they're saying. Eventually, they'll run out of steam. Once they do, summarize everything they've mentioned and address each point step by step. This approach works almost every time, and more often than not, they end the call feeling genuinely appreciative. Story 4. My grandmother always said, if you're feeling terrible, get out of bed, take a shower, do your hair, put on clothes, including your shoes, and have a good meal. Either this will fix it, or at least you'll be dressed, fed, and in a better place to tackle the problem. She was absolutely right. Story 5. Never gossip, no matter how much you dislike someone. This is especially important at work, where the person you dislike or underestimate might unexpectedly help you out in a tough situation rather than becoming your rival. I often hear gossip from various colleagues about others, but I always pretend I know nothing, even when I'm aware of the details and sometimes agree with them. Staying neutral and avoiding gossip is incredibly beneficial for your career, as it keeps you from making enemies and helps maintain a positive reputation. Story 6. Going to bed at a consistent time and prioritizing enough sleep genuinely transforms your life. It improves every aspect of health, mental and physical, making daily life so much easier and more enjoyable. Many people live their lives chronically underslept, unknowingly causing chaos in their well-being. They may see staying up late or going to bed whenever they want as freedom, often masking a cycle of revenge bedtime procrastination. In reality, they're trapping themselves in an underslept zombie prison of their own making. Ironically, I got no sleep last night and feel terrible. It's a reminder of how much better life is with proper rest. Story 7. Life tips for staying organized and productive. 1. Live by the 80-20 rule. If I'm on top of things 80 to 90% of the time, it's okay to slack the other 10 to 20%. Balance matters. 2. Daily habits. Make the bed every day. Do one load of laundry daily to avoid buildup, even if it's just towels. Tackle small tasks immediately. If it takes less than 5 minutes and I was about to sit down, I use those 5 minutes to get it done. 3. The stairs method. If something needs to go to another floor, I place it by the stairs. Sometime during the day, I take it up or down with me. 4. The bra method. Need to put something small away? Stick it in your bra. It's uncomfortable enough that you'll be motivated to put it in its proper place sooner rather than later. 5. Mail organization. Mail stays on the counter for no longer than 24 hours. During that time, it gets sorted, addressed, trashed, recycled, shredded, or coupons clipped. 6. The WTF spot. Each floor of the house has a designated spot, a drawer or decorative box, 4 items I don't know what to do with yet. It keeps clutter hidden and easy to find later. 7. The side door method. Trash in my car that doesn't fit in the car door gets taken out whenever I leave the vehicle. At the end of each week, I clean out the side door compartments of dry papers and other junk. 8. The vacuum method. Every morning, I do a quick vacuum of the most used level of my house to pick up crumbs and debris. I also vacuum one additional level daily. Dusting follows a similar routine. One main area per day. 9. The towel method. I keep a stack of towels for drying dogs, cleaning spills, wiping dusty areas, or handling messes. These towels also serve as filler for daily laundry loads. 10. The dishwasher method. Since I live in a household where the adult's fingers are broken, I handle the dishwasher. Anything dishwasher safe goes in, and I run it regularly. It's efficient and saves water. If someone doesn't like how I handle it, they can do it themselves, and since they don't, they can't complain. Managing my life. As a procrastinator with executive dysfunction, a self-managed career, and the role of household project manager, these habits are essential for maintaining order. They allow me to manage everything I need to do, even on the days when I'm not at my best. That's where the 80-20 rule comes in. Perfection isn't the goal, consistency is. These systems keep me grounded and help me balance the chaos of everyday life. Story 8. Practical life tips for saving, safety, and well-being. 1. Save your tips. If you work for tips, set aside your coins, $1s and $5s in a box. If you're hardcore or earning well, include your $10s too. Watching it build up over time is motivating. For spare change, roll up larger coins like quarters instead of using lazy change exchanges, e.g., Coinstar. It saves money in the long run. 2. Gas up smartly. Instead of waiting until you're low on gas and scrambling to put $10 in, fill up your tank when you pass by a cheap station. It might be inconvenient, but so is running out of gas at the wrong time. 3. Save leftovers. Ate the same meal 2 nights in a row and don't want it again? Freeze the leftovers. You'll probably appreciate it in a couple of weeks when you're short on time or energy. 4. Keep tires properly inflated. After significant temperature changes, check your tire pressure and ensure they're fully aired up. Proper inflation makes a noticeable difference in your gas mileage and overall safety. 5. Maintain relationships. Reach out to people you haven't spoken to in a while and let them know they're on your mind. In relationships, remember it takes two. Don't always wait for the other person to initiate conversations. Put in the effort too. 6. Personal safety tip. If you're alone and feel like someone is following you, pretend to get a phone call. Start loudly yelling something like, "I'm right here." It can deter potential threats. 7. Take care of your health. Schedule regular checkups and blood tests. Staying proactive about your health now saves you from bigger issues down the road. These simple habits can make a big difference in your savings, safety, and overall quality of life. Story 9. Travel hacks for comfort and convenience. 1. Fresh socks in your carry-on asterisk. After a long day of meetings or sightseeing, your socks might not smell great, and your feet can feel gross. Bring a fresh pair in your carry-on. On the plane, take off your shoes and socks discreetly, place the used socks in a plastic bag, like the one from your headphones, and tuck them deep in your bag. Fresh socks feel amazing mid-travel. 2. Bring an orange. Dealing with stinky seat neighbors? Whether it's bad breath or body odor, cracking open an orange can help deodorize the air around you. The citrus scent is refreshing and even appreciated by nearby passengers. 3. Bonus tip for sore throats. If you're traveling with a bad sore throat, chew on an uncoated aspirin. It tastes unpleasant for a moment, but the aspirin coats the back of your throat and provides incredible relief for an hour or more. These simple hacks can make your travel experience more comfortable and manageable. Story 10. Life is about flow. Life is a balance, a continuous flow of pushing and pulling, a juxtaposition of forces. It might be the clash between a negative attitude and a positive outlook, or the natural flow of rivers meeting the ocean. Surround yourself with people who help keep your cup overflowing and strive to do the same for them. If your past feels like it's pulling you backward, that's depression working overtime. If your mind is always pushing you into the future, that's anxiety taking over. But when your mind is focused and you're centered, that's when you're truly present in the moment. This simple philosophy saved me from the brink of suicide, alcoholism, and crippling depression. It gave me a sense of purpose and allowed me to rediscover genuine happiness. A note about happiness. Happiness isn't a constant state. It ebbs and flows like the tide. But when you start experiencing more moments of appreciation for your life, that's happiness placing its hand on your shoulder. When I feel depressed or angry, I take time to step away and meditate for 10 to 15 minutes. In that quiet space, I focus on counting the blessings in my life, things I'm grateful for and would miss if they were gone. This emotional inventory helps me recenter and focus on what truly matters. This philosophy has profoundly shaped my life, and I hope it resonates with others seeking balance and purpose. Story 11. DIY fruit fly trap. Get rid of those pesky fruit flies with items you probably already have at home. It's simple, effective, and so satisfying to watch it work. What you'll need: empty plastic water bottle or a small glass container with a funnel, scissors or box cutter, apple cider vinegar, raw and unfiltered, like Bragg, works best, liquid dish soap, tape if needed. How to make it: 1. Cut the bottle. Cut off the top third of the water bottle. Keep both pieces, you'll use them. 2. Prepare the trap. Fill the bottom section with about 1 inch of apple cider vinegar. Add 1 drop of liquid dish soap to the vinegar. 1 drop is enough. It breaks the surface tension so flies can't land on it. 3. Assemble the trap. Place the top section upside down into the bottom section, creating a funnel. If the edges don't fit snugly, tape them together to ensure flies can only enter through the funnel. 4. Set it up. Place the trap where you've noticed fruit flies, near bananas, trash cans, etc. Leave it undisturbed for the magic to happen. How it works. Fruit flies are attracted to the vinegar's scent. They enter through the funnel, but the inverted design makes it hard for them to escape. Once inside, many flies will head straight for the vinegar. The dish soap breaks the surface tension, so flies can't land on top and end up sinking into the liquid. It's surprisingly satisfying to see the results. Story 12. Everyday life hacks you'll wish you knew sooner. Neck pillows. Use them around the front or side of your neck instead of the back for better support while traveling or resting. Stop a sneeze. Lightly press the area under your nose, just above your upper lip. It works every time. Make powdered sugar. Out of powdered sugar, blend regular granulated sugar in a blender, and voila! Grilled cheese upgrade. Use mayo instead of butter for your grilled cheese. It spreads more evenly and browns beautifully. Socks hack. Wear socks inside out. They're often more comfortable that way since the seams are on the outside. Opening a tight jar. Use a rubber band for grip, or bang a spoon gently around the lid in the direction you want to twist. It'll open with ease. Search smart. For messages, use the search bar with specific keywords to find old texts. For photos, type keywords like Wi-Fi to pull up related images. Chest hair gunk removal. Got adhesive residue from stickers? Cooking spray removes it effortlessly. Just spray and wipe. Affordable cat litter. Use horse pine pellets instead of cat-specific litter. They're inexpensive, last forever, don't track, and control odor by turning to sawdust. Ending a call. Need to get off the phone? Turn on airplane mode. It'll show call failed instead of you hanging up. Save links and photos. Text yourself links, pictures, or notes for easy access later. You'll always know where to find them. Dog car safety. If your dog tries to jump out of the car, keep their leash on and close the door on the looped handle. It gives you control before you even open the door. Sauce saver. Add a little water to an almost empty sauce jar, shake it, and pour it into your dish. No sauce wasted. Stress less. Don't overthink things you can't change. Worrying about tomorrow only borrows stress from the future. Nighttime listening comfort. Bluetooth headband headphones are perfect for bedtime stories, podcasts, or white noise. They're more comfortable than earbuds and won't fall out or get chewed up by pets. Story 13. Unionization and workers' rights. The fear of collective bargaining. The capitalist owner class harbors genuine fear of workers engaging in collective bargaining. Why? Because unions empower workers to demand fair treatment, equitable wages, and protection from employer abuse. Unions as protection. Unions act as a shield against exploitation, providing workers with a collective voice to negotiate better conditions. Strong labor laws can also serve this purpose, but in the USA, these laws are often lacking or weak. No union? You're likely being exploited. Regardless of how good your job seems, if there's no union, you're probably being taken advantage of in some way. Employers don't grant benefits and fair wages out of goodwill. They do so because they're required to or fear losing talent. Wage transparency. Discuss your wage. In the USA, it's your legal right to discuss wages with coworkers without retaliation. Anyone in authority discouraging this is acting illegally. Wage secrecy benefits one group, the capitalist owner class. Transparency empowers workers to recognize inequities and demand fairness. Value your labor. Work your wage. Never work for free. It devalues your labor and sets a precedent that undermines the value of work for everyone, yourself included. If business owners can find people willing to do tasks for free, why would they pay anyone for it? It's a direct path to exploitation. No free extra hours or unassigned tasks. Avoid working unpaid overtime or taking on tasks outside your job description. The vague clause, and other tasks as assigned, is often used as a loophole to exploit workers. This is where unions shine. They define clear job responsibilities and ensure fair compensation for every member. The bigger picture: unionization, wage transparency, and valuing your labor are interconnected. They challenge exploitative systems, redistribute power, and ensure that workers are treated with the respect and dignity they deserve. Every step you take to support these principles strengthens the collective workforce. Would you rather empower yourself and your peers, or leave your fate in the hands of those who prioritize profits over people? The choice is yours. Story 14. Quick and easy blender cleaning hack. This might seem super simple, but it was a game changer for me when I first learned it. After making a smoothie or anything in a blender, cleaning it is effortless with this method. Add a tiny drop of dishwashing liquid to the blender. Fill it halfway with water. Blend for a few seconds. Pour out the soapy water, and then repeat with clean water to rinse. Do this as many times as needed. Why it's great. Takes less than a minute. No scrubbing under those awkward, sharp blades by hand. No waiting for the dishwasher to clean it. For someone with ADHD or anyone who hates doing dishes, this hack is a lifesaver. It keeps you from letting the blender sit in the sink to soak for weeks. Story 15. Things to do before calling tech support. Restart your computer. This solves a surprising number of issues. Many tech support tools show how long your computer has been running, so a restart is often the first thing we'll ask you to do anyway. Google the issue. No one, including tech support, knows 100% of everything that could go wrong. We often Google your problem during the troubleshooting process. You might even find the solution yourself. Check the time. If you don't know where your tech support team is based, avoid calling 2 minutes before the hour. Those last 2 minutes before someone's shift ends are not the time to expect their best effort. Call 2 minutes past the hour instead for better results. What to keep in mind during your call. Tech support doesn't make policies. We don't decide when you're eligible for a new device or why the company switched to cheaper, less functional software. Often, we're as frustrated by these policies as you are, but complaints about them are better directed to your supervisor or someone with decision-making authority. We don't know everyone's access needs. In larger companies, we don't have a master list of permissions for every employee. Telling us to give Mary the same access as Bob doesn't help. Instead, ask your supervisor or HR to provide a specific list of the access Mary needs. Don't ask us for time estimates. If we submit a request or escalate a ticket, we can't tell you how long it will take. Approvals, additional requirements, or processes handled by other teams are out of our hands. Each team has its own priorities and timelines, and we're not privy to their internal workflows. Story 16. Turning daydreams into a creative outlet. If you often find yourself living another life in your head, like through maladaptive daydreaming, or just daydreaming in general, try writing it down. Here's why. A healthy outlet. Writing your daydreams can be a therapeutic way to let them out of your system, helping you focus on real-world tasks and avoid procrastination. Creative potential. Your imaginative ideas might not just stay as personal thoughts. You could even turn them into a story or sell them one day. Do it on your terms. Don't feel pressured to share this with anyone unless you want to. Let your creativity flow freely and write only when you feel like it. Endless possibilities. Your story doesn't have to follow any rules or even be completed. It's your world, and it's for you. Self-improvement. Writing down your daydreams hones your language and grammar skills. It's also a great way to release lingering thoughts and emotions, similar to creating art. My personal approach. Personally, I use the Notes app on my phone. It's private, so I never feel pressured. I've come to look forward to those moments when inspiration strikes. It's oddly satisfying to see my ideas develop over time, and what once felt silly has turned into something I genuinely enjoy. Taking it further. If your project ever feels finished, consider publishing it on book apps. Many platforms welcome self-published authors and creative works. Some popular options to explore: Wattpad, Inkit, Radish Fiction, Kindle Direct Publishing, KDP. Story 17. The power of being nice and understanding miscommunication. 1. The importance of tone and attitude. How you present yourself, your voice, tone, and overall attitude matters more than you might realize. Even if your words aren't offensive, People can take things the wrong way if your tone doesn't seem happy or approachable. It's more nuanced than it sounds. And while it may not always feel fair, being intentional about your tone can save you from unnecessary misunderstandings. 2. Miscommunication happens. Miscommunication is surprisingly common. For example, one person says to cut apples in slices, and someone else responds about oranges. Both people understand the task, but the conversation veers off track for no apparent reason. It's a reminder that arguments often stem from simple misunderstandings rather than actual disagreements. 3. Observing social dynamics. As someone who prefers to observe rather than talk in social settings, because I hate making others uncomfortable and consider myself an awkward speaker, I've noticed many conflicts are minor and could be resolved with better communication. If you're in the same boat, you know the struggle. 4. Arguments in the workplace. When sporadic arguments arise in casual settings, they're often over trivial things. But in a corporate environment, it's usually best to avoid escalation altogether. If you value your job, keep your head down and focus on your work. Talking back often leads to suspicion or animosity, which isn't worth it. 5. Learn from Simon Sinek. For anyone looking to improve their understanding of interpersonal conflicts, I highly recommend watching Simon Sinek's videos. He's brilliant at breaking down the dynamics of human interaction and offers actionable insights for better communication. Story 18. The Power of Dressing Well. A treasure trove of tips. Always be the best dressed. No matter the occasion, aim to be the best dressed in the room. Being well-groomed and put together communicates self-respect and earns you respect from others. Why appearance matters. It's not about doing whatever the hell you want with your style. It's about understanding the unspoken cues in social interaction. Dressing well triggers an automatic respect response. People subconsciously form opinions about you based on how you present yourself, regardless of your social class or background. Smart shopping on a budget. You don't need to spend a fortune to look sharp. Visit thrift stores regularly and build a wardrobe with high-quality brands like Ralph Lauren, Adidas, Base, or even Gucci at a fraction of the price. Essential wardrobe staples. Oxford polo shirts. Khakis. At least 2 pairs of dress shoes. Belts that match your shoes. 2 to 3 versatile options. Suspenders and a nice collection of ties for formal occasions. Avoid common pitfalls. Skip brand logo t-shirts. They rarely make a positive statement. Be cautious with hats. While they can be okay in casual settings, they may signal a lack of confidence or vulnerability in others. Grooming matters. Keep your beard trimmed and your hair neat. If you're actively dating, focus on a clean, modern hairstyle. Once you're married, feel free to experiment with longer styles. Why it's critical. Focusing on your appearance isn't about vanity, it's about self-improvement. How you present yourself is a powerful statement that can open doors, build confidence, and change the way the world perceives you. Final thoughts. Looking immaculate doesn't have to break the bank or consume your life. A little effort goes a long way, and the impact on your personal and professional relationships is undeniable. Taking pride in how you present yourself might just be the most transformative step you can take towards self-betterment. Story 19. Replace sponges and paper towels with reusable rags. Why switch? Sponges. They're gross, unsanitary, borderline unrecyclable, and surprisingly expensive. Paper towels. Convenient but wasteful and costly when used in large quantities. The solution. Use reusable rags or shop towels for almost everything you'd use sponges or paper towels for. They're versatile, cost-effective, and much more eco-friendly. How to get started? Pick your rags. Choose the type of towel you prefer. I personally like White Mainstays dishcloths from Walmart, but some people prefer shop towels or other fabrics. Use whatever works for you. What to replace? Use rags for cleaning spills, wiping counters, dusting, cleaning windows, washing dishes, and even in place of Swiffer pads for dry mopping. System for cleaning and storage. Buy rags. Get 2 to 3 packs of white cloths every couple of years, about $10 total. Storage. Keep 2 separate containers under the sink, one for clean rags and one for dirty ones. Wash. Once your dirty container is full, toss the rags in the washing machine with bleach. Use a speed wash cycle to save time. While one container is washing, start using the other. Extend the life of your rags. Choose white cloths so you can bleach them after heavy use. Replace them only when they start to fall apart, which could take years. Why this works? Economic. Costs about $10 a year at most, compared to the constant expense of paper towels and sponges. Eco-friendly. Cuts down on waste and landfill contributions. Sanitary. Easier to clean and maintain than sponges, which are bacteria magnets. Durable and reliable. Rags last longer and handle heavy-duty cleaning tasks better than disposable alternatives. Story 20. Cold sore hack. Vodka Q-tip treatment. If you feel the telltale tingle of an oncoming cold sore, try this simple and effective trick. What you'll need. Vodka. A cheap bottle works perfectly. Cotton swabs. Q-tips. How to use it. Dip a Q-tip into vodka. Hold it to the affected area for 20 to 30 seconds. Repeat this treatment a few times a day until the tingling feeling is completely gone. Important caution. Don't overdo it. Holding the vodka-soaked swab on your skin for too long can cause irritation or tissue damage. I once thought if 20 seconds is good, 2 minutes must be better. But that left me with a swollen lip like a balloon. Stick to the 20 to 30 second limit. Follow up. Occasionally, the virus might seem to jump to another spot the next day. Repeat the treatment on the new area, and it should resolve quickly. Why it works. Vodka, or any alcohol with a high proof, helps disrupt the virus at the surface before it fully develops into a cold sore. This method has kept me cold sore free for 7 years since I started using it. My child, who used to get them frequently, has had the same success. Disclaimer. This is just a personal remedy that worked wonders for me, but your mileage may vary. I'm not a doctor, so consult a medical professional if you're unsure or have severe outbreaks. Story 21. Christmas gifting tip. Prep gifts before giving. If you're giving a gift, especially electronics or items requiring setup, take a little extra time to prepare it before handing it over. Why? Save time and frustration. Set everything up so the recipient can dive right in and enjoy it immediately. Ensure it works. Verify that the gift is functional and compatible with other items before gifting. Nothing sours a present faster than discovering it's broken or missing components. How to prep your gift. For electronics. Laptops, tablets, boot it up, update the BIOS, update the operating system, install necessary drivers, uninstall bloatware, and connect it to Wi-Fi. Video game consoles or games. Set up the console and download updates. If it's a game, install and update it ahead of time so they can play right away. Batteries. Make sure batteries are included or pre-installed if possible. For kids or non-tech savvy recipients, do as much setup as possible so they can immediately enjoy their gift. Remove difficult clamshell packaging and assemble any parts beforehand. For tech-savvy recipients, if the recipient is particular about their tech, e.g., your teenage nephew who built his own gaming PC, leave the setup to them. Just wrap it nicely and let them enjoy the full unboxing experience. Why it matters. Taking a little extra time to set up a gift adds a personal touch and ensures it's ready to use. It also prevents disappointment from discovering issues, like missing components or compatibility problems, on Christmas morning. Even something small, like removing packaging or inserting batteries, can elevate the gift and show that you've thought about the recipient's experience. Story 22. Eyes closed investing and the power of compounding. What is eyes closed investing? It means staying consistent and not letting market fluctuations, account highs or lows, or sensational headlines influence your investing habits. Keep investing, regardless of market conditions. When stocks are cheap, you can buy more shares of great companies at a discount. Why? Great companies occasionally experience downturns, maybe due to economic slowdowns, industry challenges, or temporary missteps. Wall Street often reacts harshly, driving prices down. That's when disciplined investors buy. It's tough, but this strategy is what the best investors rely on. The power of compounding. Math magic. Compounding is the process of earning returns not just on your initial investment, but also on the returns you've already earned. Let's break it down. Year 1. You invest $1,000 and earn 10% in the market. By the end of the year, your portfolio is worth $1,100. Year 2. You invest another $1,000, bringing your total to $2,100. Your portfolio grows by 10%, earning $210 for a total of $2,310. Year 3. You invest another $1,000, making it $3,310. Your portfolio grows by 10%, earning $331 for an ending balance of $3,641. Repeat this process over the years, and compounding accelerates the growth of your portfolio. The key: start with consistent contributions, even small ones, and increase them as your income grows. Some years may be negative, that's fine. You'll buy more shares at lower prices. Other years might be massive, like the 22 years since World War II when the S&P 500 grew by more than 20%, or the 6 years with growth exceeding 30%. Getting started. Set up an account. Make regular contributions, enough to feel the pinch, but not so much that you're tempted to stop. Discipline is key. Don't withdraw this money for a car, vacation, or anything else. Make it non-negotiable, even with your significant other. This money is for your future security. Start simple. Begin with an S&P 500 ETF. These funds are diversified, have low fees, and offer solid growth potential over time. Avoid hot stocks or chasing rumors. Stick with the compounding strategy. The bottom line: consistency wins. Even with small amounts, the power of compounding works its magic. Stay focused on the long term. This isn't about getting rich quick, but building wealth over decades. Just do it. Set it, forget it, and let the math and markets work for you. Story 23. Turning an angry customer into a loyal ally. I worked for a retail credit card company, and one of the most common complaints we handled involved renewing extended warranties. Customers often bought appliances with these warranties, but salespeople frequently failed to explain that the warranties would automatically renew on the store card they used for the purchase. Unsurprisingly, around 60% of our complaints stemmed from this issue. Customers would suddenly find a charge on their account for a service they didn't realize they'd agreed to. Resolving it was straightforward. We'd cancel the agreement, remove the charge, and clear any negative credit marks caused by ignored statements. Personally, I hated these service agreements. They felt like a ripoff, and while I handled calls from customers who wanted them canceled, I couldn't help but wonder how many just begrudgingly paid the bill without complaint. The call that stood out. One day, I had to call back a woman who was furious about an unexpected charge. She refused to speak with a regular agent and demanded to talk to a supervisor, me. She was absolutely livid, gritting her teeth as she spoke. I went through the usual apologies, explained why the charge had occurred, and assured her I would fix it. Despite my efforts, she kept venting her frustration. Instead of arguing, I let her yell. I actively listened and made sure she felt heard. Gradually, her tone softened, and she began to calm down. Before I knew it, she was telling me a story about one of her grandkids, and we were both laughing. By the end of the call, she even apologized for being so angry and insisted I call her by her first name. The unexpected outcome. I didn't expect to hear from her again, but whenever she had an issue in the future, she'd insist on speaking with me. She'd ask my colleagues to track me down to help her. She wasn't one of those customers who called just to chat or complain. Every time she called, it was with a valid concern, and she always remained kind and respectful. From an angry stranger, she became as close to a friend as a customer in that situation could be. The lesson: all it took was a little care, listening, and letting her feel valued. I wasn't the best customer service agent in the world, but this experience was a personal win. It taught me the power of patience, empathy, and human connection, even in a job where every day felt like putting out fires. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, activate the notification bell, and share a similar story or anything you'd like to say in the comments. See you next time.